Welcome back to the channel. Now this is going to be one of the most important Verasity videos I ever make, and this will be one of my last Verasity videos for quite some time. In this video I'm going to reveal all, and I'm going to explain why this could be the last time to buy Verasity at such a cheap price. Now before I get into this video, guys, I want you all to understand that we are at a pivotal time in cryptocurrency history. We're at a pivotal time in Veracity's history, and all the dots are going to connect very soon. Now before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and as always click the bell notification icon so you can stay up to date with all my recent videos. Remember guys, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. And with that being said, pause the video, click the link in my description and join the Telegram group if you want to stay up to date with all my recent updates, news updates, technical updates and much more. Many of you watch my videos, but not many of you are subscribed, so please do that now. And of course guys, download the Telegram app and join the Telegram group. Now let's get straight into this video. I've actually done something a little different in this video. We have this chart on a log chart. Now for those of you that are not familiar with technical analysis or not familiar with this particular platform that I'm using, and you have no idea what's going on, I'm going to explain what a log chart is, because this is a different chart to all the charts that I've used when updating on Verasity on this channel. And the reason why we're using the log chart is, number one, to highlight small changes in data, number two, to simplify all the complex data, and also guys, this essentially highlights the long-term trend of the overall market. When we're zoomed in, super focused, it's sometimes easy to forget how far this product has come. It's also, it's also easy to forget where we currently are in Veracity's journey and where we could be going, right? So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you where Verasity started in 2020, right? I'm not going to go as far back, to the start of 2020. As you can see, we saw price pretty much range all year, and then it took off. And of course, this was in alignment with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, guys. So this doesn't make Verasity any special, to be perfectly honest with you, because pretty much all cryptocurrencies, all altcoins moved in alignment with, of course, the bull rally that we saw starting at the end of 2020. Now, let's just go to November. Now, November, surprisingly, looks very familiar, doesn't it, right? So in November, we saw price put up, right, which is what we're seeing here. And then we saw price go down. And then, of course, we saw this move here. Now, if, let's say, for example, you bought Verasity, and again, we're not even going to go back to... we'll go to the 31st of December, and you held this till, and let's just say November that year in 2021. That's over 18,000%, right? These are not small moves, guys. I want you all to understand just how big this project was in 2020. This was literally one of the biggest movers. Many of you that got in early completely changed your life, made life-changing gains. And of course, even if you are still holding this project, let's just go back again. If you are holding this project, well, you would currently be up just over 1,400%. So still over a 10x, but as you can see, a significant decline from that all-time high, which is why I always say to you guys, having a profit-taking strategy and exit strategy is so important, but we'll talk about that another time. For now, we're going to focus on why this is the last chance. Now, from our all-time highs, we are currently down 93% on Verasity. Now, some of you, I didn't want to get into this in the start, so if you made it this far, well done, because now we're going to get really technical and and really discuss whether there is a possibility if we could fall any lower, or maybe even go back to this area here in 2020. Now, for argument's sake, let's just say that is the case. For many of you that are pessimists and believe that we are going to see further downside decline, and when I mean downside decline, I'm not talking about a brief pullback, which would be fine if, of course, Bitcoin does slide, but I'm talking about clearing this low here. So let's just say from our all-time highs, Verasity does fall lower, and we go all the way back to this area here. We would be saying that Verasity is going to experience a 99% wipeout in value, right? And if you do believe that, that's fair enough. But I would say, you know, the odds of that happening is very, very slim, right? And even if you believe that we're going to go back to our lows at the start of the year, well, that would be a drawdown, or a total drawdown of this project of 97%, right? Is that realistic? Do you see that happening? Or could we say, okay, let's just say we see a pullback of 95%. So maybe we pull back to this area here if Bitcoin slides and falls lower. Now that is more reasonable, right? That would be a reasonable prediction. But even with that being said, guys, let's say that doesn't happen and we do see the breakout of this area here. So we see price break this structure and then start to make its way to the upside. Let's just say that does happen. Is it worth, waiting for a extra, 20% drawdown? So I think it's around, let's just see, it's around 13, let's just say 13 to 20% drawdown, or instead missing out on a short-term move of, let's say, 530% or even higher of a 10x, right? What does the risk to reward tell you? And I also want to remind you guys, for those of you that seem to think, it doesn't matter, even if that does happen, I'm going to wait for an entry once we see a break of this structure area here. Okay, let's just say that is what you're waiting for, and that's fine, guys. Remember, we all have our personal strategies, we all have our own individual objectives and goals, which is why I always say, guys, it's not financial advice. I'm talking about what I personally do. But let's just say that is the case, and that's the route that you do want to go. Well, let's have a look. Well, the percentage gain you're going to see to this target is 184%, and to this area is 370%. So the gains diminish rapidly, right? But with that being said, Verasity is still only at a $60 million market cap. So even if you did enter at an all-time high, to be honest with you, in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't matter that much. I mean, I guess in the next year or 2 years or so, or even shorter, we'll look back and even an entry at this area would be completely irrelevant, right? It wouldn't matter at all. But many of you do not plan on holding for the long term, as many of you say you are. I'm sure a lot of people would not like to see a drawdown or to see themselves in the negative for the next year or two, right? Not many people can stomach that. So this is why it's so important to position yourself properly in this project rather than waiting for price to pump, jumping on board, and then everybody takes profit and then it falls lower, right? So a project like this, in my opinion, for Verasity, although I do think this is the last chance to buy this at such a cheap price, and again, that does include an extra 13-20% drawdown, right? The reality is, guys, many people will suffer the same fate as people in 2021. 18,000% gains, because they didn't know when to take profit, because they didn't have a take profit strategy, because they didn't have anything in place to really strategically pull out gains out of the market, or even compound on that. $1,000 would have made you over $180,000. I just want that to sink in, guys, right? Now instead, that's only worth around $14,000, right? Which will really, really hurt a lot of people. So do have a profit taking strategy in mind. Map out an area that's good for you. If you like the fundamentals of this project, if you like this project for the long term, I personally would say this is, in my opinion, the last chance to capture such a gem that I believe will enter the top 50 coins, and I believe will surpass $1 billion market cap in no time. And as proven time and time again, guys, this project has moved in alignment with the overall market. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. If you want to see more Verasity updates, you're going to need to join the Telegram group. If you want to know our exits, entries, and much more, join CC Premium, Crypto Group Premium, link in the description. You'll have access to our profit taking strategies. We recently announced our strategy, how to turn 1,000 into 6 to 7 figures. Also, our artificial intelligence gems that we've already over 10x'd on, and much more. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Until the next update, seize the day.